Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about something that some of you may or may not run into. I know it's kind of a niche thing to run into, but it happens, and this is one of those that this week where we were working on it and finally figured out an answer to. We didn't find much out there on the message board about it, so that's why I'm making this video. And we're talking about the not otherwise classified entries on the fee sheet because some clearinghouses will kick it back because the data won't be in the right place. And we struggled to get the data in the right place and to show up correctly. And when we finally got around to figuring out where the data needed to show up, because the clearinghouse just kept telling us that the data was in the wrong place, but really wouldn't tell us where it needed to go, or could tell us where it needed to go until we got close. And then when we got close, they're going, oh, this is what it needs to look like. So, and they kept telling us that the data was showing up in the wrong place, which was in the blah, 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 which was in the segment of NTE. And they said, no, it needs to be in SV 107. And we're like, okay, where is that? But again, they wouldn't tell us. So without further ado, let's jump into this. What I'm going to do is select the encounter for today so I can show you what it looks like. When we go onto the fee sheet, you can see here where, now, of course, the CPTs don't really matter. What's more important here is the HCPCS. This particular HCPCS is what the one we were using or became involved with in order to get the error message. So as you can see, we have 10 lipids here, and then of course this is a not otherwise classified HCPCS, and you do have to put in the note over here, and then also you put in your NDC and your quantity. Now of course you're going to need to run this by your clearinghouse or your payer, not the clearinghouse but your payer, because some payers are different as to what information they want where, because sometimes they want quantity here, sometimes they don't. Again, verify with your payer as to what information needs to go where. But what we were getting was that when we would process the claim, so I'm going to go to the billing manager here and pull up the claim to show you what I was talking about. Oh, I need to select this, that, and then do this. I'm going to validate only just so I can show you the claim. Alright, so as you can see right now, this is in the proper place. This is where that data is supposed to show up, but we were having the dickens of the time getting it there. And there was no setting in the system that allowed us to get this line where it needed to be. And so I started poking around the code, because all we would get would be, this would be missing, all of this. This part would be missing, and all we'd have is what came after it and what came before it. And they're saying it needs to go in here. Well, they told us it was in the NDC section, and it was, but then when we just copied it from the NTE section, I'm saying NDC, NTE section into this one, and I put it at the end, and they said, oh, okay, that's not where it goes, because I'm thinking position 7, and I counted the stars, but that wasn't right. But anyway, we end up here. Now, let me show you how it gets there, because it's hard-coded in the system. There's no way to do this from the interface. So in the code, you have to go to the claim file, and then on line 26 is where you're going to put in your otherwise not classified HCPCS. By default, there's only one in the system, okay? If you put in all the ones that you're going to be using in your practice, then the claims will come out properly by putting them here. So you have to put them in this array, and then the system will properly format the claim, and then it will be accepted by your payer. Of course, that's with a caveat that your payer does accept it. But this is how you do, or how you're going to set up and process properly the not otherwise classified HCPCS. Thanks for watching.